A good morning, boys and girls. Looks like there's only two of you today so far, which, congratulations. You've got what it takes. You're here Sunday morning. Everyone else is sleeping in, watching cartoons, eating their Cocoa Puffs, and you're here drawn, hopefully. If you're not drawn, get your sketchbook, your tablet, and let's draw. All right. So today, um, the prompt, I think what I want to do, there's more people coming in now. Good job, guys. What I want to do today is sketch some reference, do some studies from reference. And I'm thinking maybe do it every other day would be a reference day, and then a prompt, and then reference and prompt, because that's really how any of us are going to get a whole lot better. I mean, drawing every day will help, but especially drawing from reference will help a lot more. So I think we may do that. But for today, let's just start. You can draw whatever reference you want. I'm going to be drawing these chimpanzees. So, all right. Let's start with our 10-minute warm-up here. Sorry, just looking at those. Hey, Charlie. Everyone, how's it going? All right. I'm going to set a timer on my phone for 10 minutes. I'm actually pretty nervous about doing this reference today. I feel like it's going to stink. I haven't done it. Haven't drawn any sort of apes in a really long time, and I don't know. We'll see. All right. Oops. Let's get some warm-ups out. I don't know if any of you are big Star Wars fans. I am, personally. I really like Star Wars. Well, I did. Until some of these new movies came out, I wasn't a huge fan. But what I am a huge fan of is that they announced that George Lucas is going to be directing part of the next movie coming out, number 9. That he's going to be directing a scene with Luke Skywalker. So I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, that's awesome, Kevin. You do sketch cards for Tops. That's pretty cool. Do you like the new movies? Sayoko says, I left the stream and didn't answer your questions as I didn't make it clear. I meant that I struggle to get what I want down and what I want my characters to look like. I have the ideas in my head. I see. Yeah, man, that is probably, or a girl. You might be a girl, I don't know. But that is one of the most frustrating parts about, improving and being an artist, is when you feel like you can't just get what is in your head out on paper. And it can get kind of discouraging. What I would recommend is do a lot of studies of other artists that are in a similar sort of style that you want your work to be in, whether it's like more cartoony or anime or realistic or whatever it is that you're wanting to emulate. Practice drawing just exact copies of their art. You're not doing it you're not gonna like share this and tell everyone that it's yours. This is just for you to kind of do some studies on how they drew what they drew and how they did it. Um, but do that, and I think that will help you be able to start to develop and understand some of the shorthand that you need in order to draw some of your own stuff. Um, and yeah, I would start from there if I were you. All right. I like Rogue One. Yeah, I liked Rogue One too. That one was actually pretty good. Um, my favorite character is Chewbacca. Solo was really good. Actually, after Last Jedi came out, which was abysmal in my opinion, I have still not seen Han Solo. I haven't seen the Solo movie. I'm kind of like hesitant. I don't know. Heard mixed reviews. One of my brothers thought it was really great, or at least pretty good. The other one thought it was really bad. And pretty boring for most of the movie. So I don't know. I'll probably for sure go see number 9, just because I don't know. I feel like obligated because it's Star Wars. But I don't know. I'm sure I'll watch Solo eventually. I think it's on Netflix now. But all right, I guess I'll check it out. I'll check Solo out. Um Shimi asks, is there a specific way of how you find clients? Well, I don't really do a lot of freelance work anymore. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Doing freelance work. Um, I would say you need to get a website up, like a really nice professional looking website that has all your work on it and has your portfolio set up there. Um, that's like just basically your name. So if your name is Shimmy, you'd be like Shimmy, whatever your last name is.com, where people can really easily find you and find your work and contact you, because that's going to be, you want them to be able to find you easily, see what you're all about, and then get a hold of you. So it'd make it simple, easy to navigate, stuff like that. Then I would say there's a lot of websites that you should be putting yourself on. I don't know what kind of work you're looking for. If you're doing like commission work or freelance stuff, you probably won't be doing a ton of concept art. I mean, I don't know exactly what you're looking for, but if you're looking to do freelance instead of work at a studio, that's more than likely what you're gonna have to be looking at. All right. I realize that I'm looking at my screen and like you guys can't see some of the detailed lines I do as well as I can on my iPad. It kind of makes me a little sad. Seems like it loses a lot of the definition. All right. Actually managed to get what I wanted in the end. I want to draw an Oni, and I want to make a comic about the character I drew. I already have a rough idea what I want the story to be. All right. I mean, I don't know why you asked the question then, but hey, I'm glad you got it figured out. So to Posu, anything is better than Last Jedi. Man, that's true. Actually, I gotta say, there's one movie that I think is worse, which is hard to do, but Avatar, or not Avatar, I guess it's called The Last Airbender, that movie. Oh man, that was oh geez, that was a doozy. That was a real rough ride. Gotta say, major disappointment. All right, that's 10 minutes. Oops, don't want to do that. All right. Before I forget, we go ahead and post a link to the Facebook group in the chat. If there's anyone who's new, you can post your work in there and share it, see what other people have been working on. Also, whoa, what the? That's not what I wanted. Hang on. Also, some other good news. I did find somebody to be like a mediator for the chat, so that I can get a little bit better flow, have someone to read off to me what's going on. So he'll be here tomorrow morning. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. I want to make a lot of money with my art and be a business person. I want to design creatures for people, like movies or books. Is my achievement possible? Go for it. Just start as an artist. What a load of bullshit. But is it possible? Anything is possible. I'll be starting Instagram tomorrow. All right. So to answer your question, yes, it is 100% possible. Here's the thing. If you want to be a business person and make your own art and stuff like that, and do stuff for movies, you're going to have to be pretty damn good and pretty popular to be doing that sort of stuff like freelance and not be full-time at a studio, and have people approach you to work on movies individually. You're going to have to really get up there, and that might take some time. You'd probably be better off. Well, I don't know about better off. It's just going to take a while if that's the approach you take. If you want to work on movies, right? If you just want to make a living for yourself, making art that you enjoy, and you're not caring if you're working on movies per se, you can get there a lot faster. You don't have to go that route by kind of using your art to build your career around yourself, so making YouTube channels, selling prints, teaching courses like I do. It's totally within the realm of possibility. What I would do actually, though, I would listen to a good, decent amount of successful artists. I would listen to a lot more successful business people, because there's a lot of applicable stuff that I think we can learn from stuff like that carries over to art, being an artist, because I think really to be a successful artist and make a good living, especially if you want to work for yourself, it's important to have kind of an entrepreneur mindset, or shall we say, entrepreneur. All right, I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, I think that it is 100%. I've done that. My brother has done that. We're both artists, and um, I live very comfortably. And yeah, I make a great life for myself. I make what some people would consider a lot of money, and I plan on working my way to make more. So totally doable. If you do want to be a concept artist and work at a studio, you won't be able to work for yourself as much on your own time, but you can. If you work at a studio, concept artists make some pretty good money. If you're working at like a movie studio, like 70, 60 to 70, $80,000 a year. So it's not bad. Yeah. So Instagram, hang on, I got something stuck in my freaking teeth. Anyways, yeah, Instagram coming tomorrow. I just kind of wanted to wait for some more people to post some more stuff, so there's a little bit to work with. And what was the next question? Oh, I'm not old enough to have a job yet. Only 15, it's a long way. I'm posting more online for now. Hey, you're at a big advantage right now. If you're only 15, you have a lot of time and you don't have likely very many responsibilities. So I would take that as an advantage and start drawing as much as you can, saving up for, whatever art supplies you're going to need, and start working at it. Because it gets a lot harder once you have more responsibilities and you are kind of an adult and on your own. And you can also garner a lot more attention for yourself if you're really good and young, which you can get really good while you're young. It's possible. You just got to practice really hard. You got to kind of do things that a lot of other kids your age aren't doing, which is not spending all your time playing video games or, just hanging out, but taking time to practice drawing and really get better at it. All right, let's see if we can make this not look like a garbage fire. Like I said, it has been a while since I have really done some life studies. But that's really what I want to get better at. Really build up my visual library. So that is what we're going to do. And if it's bad art, then we'll just have to let the water run till it's not brown anymore. To reference my analogy from the other day, if anyone was there for that. All right, let's check out the chat here. Need a PayPal? Yeah, I mean, you could already start making money right now. Sota and Sayoko bonding over here. That's awesome, Sota. Keep it up. What brushes are you using for your rough sketch and finished line art? I'm using the same brush for both. It's just a technical pencil in Procreate with the max size increased. Um, Mike Henry calls it the fat pencil. You can just search on YouTube fat pencil, and you can find a video of him showing how he made it, like the exact settings. That's the word I'm looking for. Oh boy, this is gonna be a lot of erasing on this one. I can already tell, trying to get it right. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Already. All right, let's see. I don't do studies, and I feel like I'll regret that, as most artists say it's a must. What do you think? I feel like if I do, I'll lose my passion for art. Help. Yeah, it is definitely a must. You really do need to do studies. Yeah, there's really no way around it. I don't think you'll lose your passion for art. I mean, I don't know you personally, but I'm gonna guess that it's that fear stems from the fact that right now you're not very good at studies, and so it can feel discouraging. But you just gotta push through that. Once you get good at them, um, I don't think you'll feel discouraged. I think you'll feel like excited and have a good time doing studies. But yeah, that's got to be a priority for you. I would be putting. I mean, otherwise, if you're not really doing any studies of the fundamentals and things like that, it doesn't really matter what you're drawing. It's going to turn out like garbage. So, yeah, I hate to break it to you. Well, not really. It's not anything bad. So, um, yeah, just embrace it. Here's the thing. If you go to try and do studies and learn how to do that and you really do hate it, then you're probably not meant to be an artist, you know, and that's fine. If that's not what you're really into, you don't need to be. There's no obligation. Um, but yeah, that's my thoughts. I feel like I'm probably gonna end up spending all of my time on this one drawing. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll draw something once, it'll look like garbage, and then I will draw it again until it looks good. Gosh, I feel like I haven't done this in forever, and I haven't done it in forever. Can't believe I'm doing this on the internet for everyone to see. You guys are all gonna leave my YouTube channel now. All right, let's see. I draw shapes and guidelines for my art. I tried paint skin yesterday, and I think it was a good first try. I know where I had to add shadows and highlights, so I'm not sure on colors to use, as I've seen people use blue. Yeah, it just depends on the lighting situation. I wouldn't focus on detail stuff like lighting and skin yet. I would start with your drawing fundamentals and really get that down solid first. How do you keep yourself motivated and busy, Austin? I find I have to force myself to start, but usually once I do, I'm fine. Just a matter of keeping it up. Any tips? I have the opposite problem, Soko. I draw lots of days, but I'm always scared to draw anything original. All right. Yeah, so how to stay motivated. It's a tricky one for a lot of people because you could feel really motivated in the moment. You feel awesome. And then, we've all been there. You feel really inspired and pumped. And you're like, I'm going to do this thing every day. It's going to be amazing. And then the next day you just kind of feel like, I'm going to watch Netflix instead. And it feels like our motivation just kind of like fades away. And it's really frustrating. Well, how do you deal with that is a great question. What I do, I talked about this before, but I'm fine talking about it again. There's a couple things. One, I have a system set up with a buddy where every month I pick 3 goals that I want to do. And sorry, I'm getting a little bit distracted by my drawing here. I pick 3 goals that I want to do. And they pick 3 goals that they want to do. And we make a deal. And for the whole month, we work on those goals. And if we miss a day where we don't do all 3 of them that day, we owe the other person $50. And it's a really good motivator to hit your goals. That's one way. Another one is break your goals down into really clearly, easily definable like snippets. So if you're wanting to make a comic book, break it down into like monthly goals and then weekly goals and just focus on those things like one at a time. And really, I mean, it's like it doesn't really feel very satisfying, but I really think a big part of it is you just gotta like buckle down. You just gotta kind of suck it up and do it. Like, yeah, it's really hard, but if you're waiting for kind of like the magic secret or something, I don't really think it's out there. You just kind of got to sit down and make yourself do it. And one thing, I call this the waiting for the moment fallacy, waiting for the moment type thing, where people will they'll kind of be like, well, so and so, he almost had a heart attack and he missed his daughter's wedding or whatever. And that's what motivated him to start changing and losing weight or whatever. And if I just had a moment like that happen to me, it would be so much easier for me to change or whatever. And people kind of have this mindset, but here's the thing, is that that's just not how it works. That's a fallacy, because what really happens is that any moment in your life, anything that happens to you, any experience you have could be that moment that motivates you to change or whatever, but it happens retroactively. There's not some pre-existing, preordained special moment that as soon as you experience it will give you what it takes to stop procrastinating and actually get stuff done. It happens retroactively. So the moment you decide to change and actually start doing something is the moment that that thing becomes your moment, so to speak. Um, it's there's nothing inherently special about it except for that the fact that you decide to act on it. So your actions are what create that sort of somewhat moment thing. Anything could be that. You just gotta start acting. So um, I think that we all too often kind of give up our power, and that we need to stop doing that and just start drawing. Oh my, this is horrifying. This is not what I wanted. Well, good thing we're going to be doing a lot more reference stuff, because I could use the work, clearly. All right. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, you just got to make yourself do it. And the thing is, the more you do it, the easier it's going to become, and the more motivated you'll be. The longer you put it off, the less motivated you are, the more demotivated, the more overwhelming it feels, and just kind of spirals in on itself and gets worse and worse and worse. So the answer is to you just got to start. That's the hardest part, I think, is just starting. But if you can do that, you'll be taking the hardest step, I think, and then on your way to making some progress. So that's my thoughts. All right. Um all right. I'm pretty good at drawing cats. They're quite realistic. I'm proud of that. Hey, that's good. Cats are, I mean, um I'm sure there's a market for custom cat commissions. You probably want to expand that a little bit more. But if you're like the best in the world here's the thing, if you're the best in the world at something, you can be as specific as you want, because you can sort of dominate that market. So if you're the best in the world at drawing cats and there is nobody better than you, then yeah, you probably could get away with only drawing cats and not really have to worry about it. The only problem is that you're probably not the best in the world at drawing cats, at least not yet. So you either need to get a whole lot better than you are, or kind of expand and like learn more things, get better overall, so that you can be more hireable. All right. For me, it helped to separate turning off the inner critique when doing creative stuff and focus on individual skills. When I do drawing exercises, that's good advice. Love the 84's original Teenage Mutant Ninja comic. So for me, it helps that Netflix doesn't even have any good shows. How can I get better at drawing onions? Is that I don't know if that's abbreviation for something I don't know about. Does that say onions? Onions. Oh, they're not. I should finish reading. They're not a real creature, so would I have to reference other people's art? Well, it depends on what they are. I mean, I would say onyoks. I would say draw. I mean, I don't know what they are, so I can't really tell you. But like, let's say you want to learn how to draw centaurs. Well, then you should study human and horse anatomy, so you can draw a centaur. But just you should really be worried about getting a really good sort of overall understanding of a lot of different types of things, not just trying to focus on drawing that one thing, because you want to be well rounded and be able to draw a lot of stuff. So Study a lot of different things, even if it doesn't seem obviously apparent right off the bat how it's going to be the help with what you want to draw immediately, because there's lots of stuff you can learn that is applicable to art in a lot of different ways that you probably aren't aware of right now. I can't wait till we have someone here tomorrow to read off questions. All right. That's helpful, Patricia. Just need to really try to do that myself. Inner critique is hard for me to turn off for my own works. Custom animal portraits are definitely a market. Yeah, there's certainly a market out there. I don't know if you'll make a lot of money off of it. For me, the thing about commissions is that you're kind of constantly having to trade your time for money, which I'm not a big fan of. But it's just what fulfills you. If that's what you really feel fulfilled doing, then do it. There's this artist in Japan who makes felt faces of cats and sells them for thousands of dollars on auction. There you go. Best in the world, selling just cats. All right, let's see. There's one problem searching for style and making stylistic choices. It hurts beginners more than helps. No, I disagree. You're not searching for style. You're not searching for style. You're just kind of learning other people's techniques. And if you focus on one person, then yeah, you'll probably end up just drawing like them. But don't do that. Find lots of different people's styles and just try drawing like that. See what you like. See what you don't like. Get a decent feel, and then your own work will start to subtly be influenced by that. Today, you've really focused on one example and gotten to the details quickly. Is that the approach you typically use versus doing a number of broad sketches? I mean, I guess I'm in the details. I don't really feel like I'm in the details, but yeah, it's kind of, I've gotten some wrinkles in there and stuff. I don't know. I'll be honest. I have a difficult time really focusing super well and reading the questions at the same time. So I'm not making as good or as, I guess, dedicated of a sketch as I normally would, because I'm trying to do two things at once. And so it's probably not quite a proper study, in all honesty. Um, but yeah, I would probably, if I was really trying to get this down well, I would probably put a time limit for myself, and I'd set a time limit and then go from there and just try and kind of get the essence of them a little bit quicker. It gets easier after you do the first one because you kind of start building up like a mental idea of where things go and what things look like. But this guy, why does he look like this? But yeah, sorry, to answer your question. I typically do a couple. It'd take me more than an hour though. Um, so I'll probably do more of these instead of just doing this one. But you know, because I kind of feel like I don't know. Don't feel like I nailed this one quite at all. Honestly, the eyes are all jacked up, especially I can tell already. If we flip this around, he's going to look like some sort of. Gosh. Yeah, got a lot of work to do, but that's why we do these studies and we practice. Like I said, I feel like I've gotten rusty in my drawing department because I've been kind of neglecting that and just doing a lot of focusing on painting stuff. And I kind of want to get back to my roots and improve that. So here we are. I think what time are we at? Oh, we got about 20 minutes. I don't know if I could do another one, but we'll try starting another one. See if we can go faster. Oh, we did that all on the same layer. Let's we don't need that reference anymore, I don't think. Yeah, anyways. All right. Would you recommend learning traditional media while learning to draw digitally? Not necessarily. I mean, you can if you want. I started out traditionally and I've only been doing digital for a couple years now. I think that it can help a lot. Like drawing digitally doesn't really make you any better. It just kind of gives you some more tools to work with. And if you already understand the fundamentals, it will, I guess, give you like a little bit of a head start. But it's not necessary to start off traditional in order to be good digitally and vice versa. But I do think, seeing if we can save this a little bit. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know. What was the question again? Where are we at? Learning to draw traditional media while learning to draw digitally. Yeah, it's just this is the thing. It's just techniques, right? It's just whether or not you're drawing with pencil or watercolor or digital. Either way, you're going to need to start with the fundamentals. If you start with the fundamentals, that's going to translate no matter what medium or technique you're using to draw. So that's what I would focus on. Let's see. I really start doing warm-ups in the morning before I start working. Yeah, it definitely helps. Man, it definitely helps. Thank you for sharing your rusty drawings with us. This is very important for us to see that even good artists like yourself don't nail every sketch for the first time. It is true. Yeah, it does take practice. We'll get there though. We'll get there. All right. Let's do this bad boy. This bad monkey. I know, don't say it. It's not a monkey, it's an ape. It's a chimpanzee. No one beat me up. All right. Before I jump into this one, though, I gotta go to the bathroom really quick. I will be right back. All right, we're back. All right, let's see. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to do this last one. Let's see. Onis are trolls in Japanese folklore. You see them a lot of masks. They're said to be red or blue colored. They have big teeth and horns. I hope this helps as I'm trying to draw them. Yeah, okay. So I would study all sorts of stuff. Like I said, I wouldn't focus on doing reference just to draw Oni, but I mean you could take your own interesting take. You're gonna need human anatomy. Um, you probably want it to be a little bit more stylized. So you could study apes. I would study things with like horns and tusks, like warthogs or things like that, just to get a feel of like how do the teeth fit in the mouth and where do the tusks come out at it and how does the skin fold around it and what does gross skin look like and what does bumpy skin look like, toads, all just a bunch of stuff. The more you build up, the more you'll be able to have like a library of things that you can work with. Hey Twilight Wolf, how's it going? Psycho, that's just human anatomy. You can look for inspiration or other art, blah, 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 blah. Why does flipping a canvas make such a difference? That's a good question. I don't know. I think it's because our brains kind of, after a while, I don't think I'm gonna have time to do this one. We'll see. Our brains after a while start to, and I'm gonna need to move this to the other side. Since I'm left-handed, I'm gonna be covering up my reference when I draw. I think a big part of it is our brain just get used to it, and then when it flips it, all the flaws that we that disappeared in our mind because we've been staring at it for so long, I think become a lot more apparent. I don't know. Do the fundamentals change depending on what you want to do, or are they all the same? Anatomy, form, value, color. Anatomy, maybe not. If you're gonna be like a landscape artist, you really don't need anatomy. It's probably still good to have a basic understanding in case you ever want to put like little characters in your art. But I would say some that are no matter what would be form, light, perspective. Those are musts, I think, that you're gonna need no matter what it is that you're drawing. So yeah, anatomy, it just depends. If you're gonna be doing, even if you're gonna be doing creature, human anatomy I still think is important. That's I wish I had studied that more. I feel like I lack in human anatomy quite a bit. I'm gonna have some work to do to catch up with that, but yeah, I would say it doesn't matter what it is. For the most part, you're gonna need to learn all the fundamentals. All right. Let's see. But the description is so simple that I wouldn't really even look at others' art and would make it more original. I want to learn how to draw buildings like in the olden days and markets, but I really suck. I need to draw them for a comic I'm working on, but they look so bad. Yep, reference. Just I'm telling you, just start using a bunch of reference and studying it, like what we're doing now. It's gonna suck at first, probably, but that's why you got to do it a lot. It's gonna take time. All right, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Going down here. I'm here, and guess what I'm doing? Building the Lego Bugatti Chiron. All right, cool. Go for it, I guess. Like if you only do black and white art and don't need to know color theory. Yeah, I would still learn color theory. There's not a huge market for just black and white art, but like I said, if you're the best in the world, um, I didn't do just a little backstory about me. I didn't do color for a really long time, for years, because I was kind of the same way. I was like, I don't need no color. And I do think it hindered my progress and my success as an artist. There's a lot of emotion that you just simply have a really hard time conveying without color. Um, Color makes it a lot easier to send certain messages and stuff that otherwise would be really difficult. So I think color is pretty important, but also um, it's not as hard as I thought it was either. I just had to kind of learn the color theory behind it. I have a really great course. Well, I think it's really great. I have a course on color, light and color, that I think would be really useful for a lot of people. That goes over a lot of these things. But yeah, I would still learn color. Let's see. Um, I'm doing good. Just woke up. What's the prompt today? Just reference studies? Can they be anything? Yep. Um, we're talking about earlier. I think we might start doing reference studies every other day, because I think that's where a lot of the growth is going to come, and then the prompt days will be like how you can kind of start to see your progress based off of the reference studies you've been doing and kind of apply it to your own art. I already feel like this one is coming along a lot better, or at least a lot quicker than the other one was, honestly. Like I said, you'll after you do the first one, it gets a lot easier. All right. I hope art college is good, as then I'll be doing art for 24 hours. Well, that'd be impressive if you're doing art for 24 hours. You'd probably die, but um, I don't know. I'd really think about going to college. I don't know if it's, I mean, for me, it was not even close to the best option. It's really expensive. And I found that I could get a much better education online and for free than going to school. What's going on? Love all that you're doing, man. I'm stuck at work sketching now as well. Heck yeah, man. I remember I was working at Discover Card, sketch every second I could get in between calls, just always trying to pump work out. I was also scared of doing color at first, and I agree it's a lot easier than I expected when I started doing it. Yeah, it's not. I mean, maybe the first ones are a little rough, but once you kind of get the hang of it and just start understanding that it's sort of like a kind of like a formula you can follow, it's not that bad. All right, let's see. Um, I'm so confused on how people digitally paint. I watch videos, but nothing helps. I understand that you need a hard brush, which I use, but I struggle with painting. Yeah, I would take one of my digital painting courses. Save up some money if you really can't afford it, or you're in a difficult financial spot. Let me know, email me, and we could work something out so that you could take it. I want everyone to be able to have the opportunity to pursue their education. So let me know, and um, we could figure something out for you. But yeah, so taking courses is you can get so far from YouTube videos. Um, but I mean, there's some good courses out there that are pretty cheap. All right, let's see. I'm so confused on how people. Oh, we already read that. Do you have a set like 3 of your courses I would recommend a novice start with? Yeah, I would say digital sketching, the digital painting mega course, and the light and color one, probably in that order. Those would be the ones I'd start with. Right now, my courses are on sale for $9.99 for all of January, so you guys can get going on your resolution. So now's a good time. And they're like, I mean, like 6 hours long or more, most of them each. So, um, nowadays, more professionals probably recommend learning online rather than expensive art schools. Yeah. I might start referencing chimpanzees. The picture you have is interesting. I love how the lip curls back and how the teeth are. Yeah, I think you can make some pretty creepy looking Oni guys. Have you ever looked up the Onis from Rising Sun? Those guys that, oh man. Oh, I love those Onis. They're some beautiful art there. Um, yeah, we're about out of time. I think I'm gonna call it good for today's study. I feel like maybe I'm wrong. Let's flip it and find out. But I feel like it's crazy how it still looks pretty good. It's crazy how quickly like you start to pick up on stuff. Like I just starting out, I felt so rusty, and already I feel like it's starting to come back, loosen up a little bit. And that even though this one's not nearly as detailed, that the forms and perspective is a lot more accurate. That I hit it a lot better than the first one. So good job on us. I guess good job on me. Thanks for watching. We'll finish up reading some of the questions in the chat before we call it. I use Prism Color and Cron Dache Luminance pencils. I don't know how to pronounce that when I do color. I'm still trying to get the hang of digital color. I think actually that that is one thing that I think digital color is way easier to learn color theory digitally than traditionally, just because it's so much more forgiving, and then it translates over way easier traditional once you understand it. It's just easier to, I guess, fix and like change things digitally. When you're working traditionally, it's pretty permanent. Um, I have the money? I could get it. I could watch it as many times as I want. Yep. You own it for life. You can watch it whenever you want. You can download it, watch it whenever, do the assignments and stuff. If you look in the description of this video, it has all my courses and the link to them to get them on sale right now. So I never went to art college either. Was too expensive. I appreciate my job now at the railroad as it provided me with the ability to purchase all my supplies when I need them. Nice. College is free to me as I live in England. You know, it's here's the thing. It might be free financially, but there's still what's called opportunity cost. Um, I think that's a big part of it. Like you're gonna have to pay in time. You're gonna have to pay in the mindset they instill you with. I honestly think that a lot of artists and just people in general, even people I know, have gone to college and come out worse off because of the mindset it instilled them with, and the rate at which they learned was so sluggish that now that they're in the real world, they don't really know how to function in a way that's going to be effective for them. Um, yeah, I would be hesitant, even if it was free. I don't know. I would weigh your options. I don't know what's best for you. I don't want to tell you what to do, but I would just really heavily think about it and not just assume that's the best option. Thanks for streaming. Bye bye. That's awesome. All right. Glad you mentioned art school. Awesome. I'm on foundation here. I've learned nothing
It's all been very abstract. By our course have improved so much. Oh, there you go. So great job, all. I'm going to do some orca studies. I haven't drawn orcas or water in a while. But I have to go to college. It's illegal not to go. What? Are you serious? It's illegal not to go to college? F that. Are you sure? That's crazy. I'll have to look that up. That's insane. I would I'll be out of there so fast. All right. Well, anyways, yeah, I hear you guys. College. Ugh. All right. Anyways, I go on forever. We could chat about this for a long time, but maybe tomorrow. You guys just keep throwing stuff in there. I'm going to college, and in some ways, I feel like it's holding me back. Yeah, marketing. I don't know, dude. This is the thing. They teach you all this stuff, especially business stuff, man. They don't know what they're talking about. Like, are they successful marketers? Probably not, because they're college professors. Have they, like, if you want to learn marketing, I think it's better to go find someone who's a successful marketer and who does it well and be like, hey, can you teach me how to market? Because a lot of that information is like 10 years old. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a big thing. Well, I'm sorry, Saoko, that you have to that they force you to go to college. That seems really weird. But anyways, yeah, we'll talk about this forever. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. We're gonna get drawn. And our prompt for tomorrow is going to be the Queen of Blank. So yesterday was the King of Blank, and I did the King of Frogs. And tomorrow we're going to do the Queen. And then I think we're going to start doing every other day as a reference. That's the word I'm looking for. So, anyways, it's been real, guys. Make sure you post your work in the Facebook group. I'll post the link to that again real quick. Post your work in the Facebook group, or you can use hashtag SketchGrind on Instagram, and be sure to put your stuff up there because I need a lot of art to pick from when I start the Instagram tomorrow. So put your work online, and we can get you some eyes on your Instagram, hopefully. So anyways, I'll see you guys for reals this time. We're heading out. Bye.